Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to study a poem from class 9th NCERT from the book Beehive. The name is Rain on the Roof, which is written by Court Skinny. So let's study. And Court Skinny was a journalist, a politician, lawyer, and on top of that, a poet as well. So it shows that literature is connected with all the profession and with everyone. And he belongs to United States of America. So he born on 24th of November 1826 and died in 29th of January 1904. So let's continue with the poem and let's see what he has written down. So rain on the roof, when the humid shadows hover. So when the humid shadows hover, humid which is like related with humidity, water, right? Shadows, the darkness, the dark clouds, hover. Hover means when it is levitating, when it is flying. So whenever the cloud are coming up, dark clouds are coming up, right? So you will get to know that it is going to rain. Over all the starry spheres. Over all the starry spheres means over the sky, like the whole sky will be filled up with dark clouds. And the melancholy darkness, the darkness which is surrounded by everything, okay, or the poet is actually surrounded by the darkness right now, gently weeps in rain tears. So the whole cloud now again the rain will start, okay, which is being explained by rain tears, okay, the raindrops, the rain will start, which is actually explained by raindrops, and it is being described by weeping. The clouds are crying, and because of that the rain is actually dropping. What a bliss to press the pillow. So how beautiful it is if you will lie down, okay, with a pillow. If you just put your head to the pillow, and it will be a great bliss, it will be enjoyable. Of a cottage chamber bed. So he is right now in a cottage chamber, okay, a cottage house, and he is there in the cottage right now and lying on his bed and pressing his pillow and lie listening to the patter, the sound of the raindrops, the pattering sound. Okay, if you have observed, whenever the raindrops actually touch any surface, it actually produces a patter sound, okay, patting sound. Of the soft rain overhead, when it is actually coming on the roof. So when it is coming on the roof, it will produce sound, a patter, okay, patting sound on the roof, that is very amusing, and it is actually very enjoyable for the poet. So that is being described over here. Now let's get to the bigger term of it. So it is being described over here that the dark clouds are coming up and it is covering up the whole sphere and everything, okay, and the melancholy darkness, the darkness is covered up and everything, and the clouds actually started crying down, and because of that the rain is actually coming up, and which producing the sound when it is actually coming up on the roof, and which producing patting sound, patter. So this is the first stanza. Now we are going to complete the second stanza. So we have covered up the stanza first, and now we are going to do the stanza 2. Okay, so let's see what is actually there in the stanza 2. So you can see over here, every tinkle on the shingles. So this tinkle is again the sound. So every sound of the drop actually coming on the shingles. The shingles is the blocks, the wooden or the tiles you have seen on many of the houses, okay, cottages, and on the rooftops. So you have seen the gables also, like it is having I'm sorry, I think that is gable, right? So you will see that the slopes are there on which the sound is actually tinkling, that is coming up, okay, has an echo in the heart. So that is actually producing an echo in the heart of the poet. okay, it is actually giving an effect, okay, that sound which is coming again and again. It also seems like it is an echo sound, okay, because the raindrop sound, if you will listen to it closely, you will feel that it is happening again and again. It is creating an echo, okay. And a thousand dreamy fancies, and which eventually is creating the dreams, okay, a thousand dream, the thousand fancies which means fantasies, okay, the imagination. Again, the poet is actually getting nostalgic now. What is the reason behind it? Into busy being start. Now you just see over here, busy being and start, okay. All these recollections, all the images, all the dreams actually coming and getting into each other, and they are actually getting started. And a thousand recollections. So over here, these recollections, these are the memories, anecdotes, okay. Weave their air threads into woof. Woof and webbed, you have seen in the loom machines, okay, hand loom machines or the automatic one, where the threads or the yes, the threads actually get into each other and they are actually being created into a cloth. So a single thread which is being woven by the machines and become a complete piece, a complete thought. So this is how all the dreamy fancies which are getting and starting in a very busy schedule, right? And a thousand of recollection, all the anecdotes, all the connections, all the memories, all the points, all the things that the poet actually have, they're actually getting weaved, they are actually connected with each other, and now they are actually creating an episode, a period of when it is all happening as a list. Now this word is for the classic word list, which means listen, okay. As a listen to this refrain which is happening again because of these sound of the raindrops, the patter sound, the tinkling sound of the raindrops, that actually creating a refrain, okay, which is played upon the shingles. And because of this refrain which is actually happening upon the shingles, the tiles, by the patter of the rain. So these raindrops is making the poet nostalgic. The poet is again going back to into his childhood, where he is actually remembering someone which is connected. You will always find something or something else connected with your senses. Might be a smell, might be some kind of scene, okay, that actually happened in your childhood. Here the patter sound of the rain is actually connected with the poet's childhood. Now we will see that in the third stanza. Now we came to the third stanza. The third stanza is all about the poet's mother, and she's not alive now, but because of the raindrops, because of the patter sound, because of the cottage bed, because he was lying on it, and all the things actually happening on the same time, and in the same way when it actually used to happen when he was a child, is making him nostalgic. He's getting back into his childhood and now he's remembering his mother. So we do have our beloved who are actually connected with something or something else. It might be a scent, it might be something, any materialistic thing, a watch, okay, a picture as well, okay, a sound, any usual place, right? So we do have some connections with our parents, with our grandparents, or with someone, any relative as well. So we do have that, and we get into nostalgic when we do the things, or we hear the things, or when we smell those as well. So I do have a smell connection as well whenever I am in Mumbai. Whenever I get back into a place, Musafir Khana is there, okay, nearby Bindi Bazaar. So whenever I just get to there, I also get nostalgic. I do get my childhood memories back again. So that usually happens with every human being. Now let's come back to the third stanza over here. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years ago. So as it actually happens up. So at this point of time, whenever it is raining and whenever it is the evening time, at this point of time, his mother actually used to come, right? In the same way. To regard the darling dreamers. Now over here, the darling dreamers, the closed for a mother, their children, right? The kids, they are very important for her, for every mother. So to regard the darling dreamers obviously they were children and they were actually having their own imagination and fantasies. Before she left them till the dawn, all right? So before she actually left them, when they fall asleep, all right? Oh, I feel her fond look on me, and the kind of look, the love, affection that a mother used to have for her child. All right. Now the poet is actually remembering that same face. He is getting again nostalgic. The face is actually coming to in front of him. As I listen, okay, this list is listen to this refrain as he was listening to these patter, the sound of the raindrops, which is actually falling on the roof, which is making him imagining his mother again, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. So this is all about this poem. So this poem is only related with the nostalgic, the imagination, the dreams, the fancies, right, which the poet actually had when he was a child. So he is actually remembering his mother now, and because of all the surroundings, all the things which are actually happening in the same way, so you get nostalgic, you do remember your past experiences, your emotions. So I hope that you have understood this poem, and we will move to the poetic devices now, and then I will just complete the question answer. So I will just give you the question answer pages which you can pause the video and then you can copy down if it is required. Now let's come to the literary devices. So for the literary devices, there are so many different literary devices in each and every poem, and even in writings as well, in lessons and short stories and novels as well. So there are so many literary devices, right? We do also call them poetic devices as well. Now let's come over here, literary terms as well. So there are multiple terms. The first one is alliteration. The alliteration means repetition of the consonant sound in a sentence. Okay, so whenever in a sentence a consonant sound is repeated again and again, then it is known as alliteration. Like Peter Parker pick a pen, and even in the Hindi as well, Chandu ke chacha ne Chandu ki chachi ko, right? So these are known as alliteration. In Hindi it is known as alankar as well. Now let's hear over here this in the lines you will see over here, lie listening. So in lie listening, L is repeated. Okay, this is a consonant letter, and the sound also come in the same way, lie listening. Okay, the consonant sound also come over here. If for an example, concrete cell, see over here, C is coming, but this is not alliteration. This is not an alliteration device. Reason behind is concrete, ka sound is coming up, cell, sa sound is coming up, though they both are consonant. So you have to be sure about it when you are actually pulling out alliteration from any sentence. The sound, the consonant sound should remain there. Okay, so lie listening, L sound is over here. Starry spheres, so S is there, starry spheres, so S sound is over here. Humid hoover, so H is there, humid hoover. Press pillow, so P sound is again repeated in a same sentence in a line, right? Just look at the stanzas and you will find these lines and the way the word is actually repeating the sound, the consonant sound. Now the next one is personification. The personification means when a non-living is being described as a living being. If I am saying this board is speaking to me, how can it is possible that this board can speak to me, right? Or if I am saying the mountain told that I am very heavy, the mountain cannot speak. So this is personification, when something non-living is actually speaking and telling something, right? So in this poem we do have melancholy, darkness. So darkness cannot be sad. Melancholy means sad. So darkness is not, and it is not possible to be sad. So this darkness is actually a human being. It's the poet even. So this darkness can also be termed as well that we do have the same kind of darkness the sadness in our heart, right? In our mind, we do have some soft points as well in ourselves. So this is melancholy, the sad part in our, which is actually dark. So you can just get into the interpretation, multiple interpretation you can get into. And 1,000 recollections. Okay, so the recollections, the memories of obviously a non-living cannot have the recollections, right? The memories again and again. The memories can only have a person, and the 1,000 memories that is actually coming up in the brain, right? In the mind, in the imagination of the poet. So in the alliteration, there are some more examples as well from this from this poem, and from the second and the third stanza. So I'm just giving you the examples right now. Busy bean, their thread, rain roof, memory my mother, darling dreamers. So I've given you the examples. Please let me know in the comment section which sound they are actually producing. Because of that, they are actually considered as an alliteration. Okay, now let's move to the next device, which is transferred epithet. Now transferred epithet means adjective, right? So the all the resolution, all the main points or the focus is actually being transferred, right? So an adjective is added. An adjective is actually added before a noun or an object. Now over here, melancholy, darkness, right? So melancholy is the epithet, is the adjective, right? Dreamy, fancy. So over here, dreamy is the adjective. Now the focus is being done on the darkness. Darkness is people. Melancholy means sadness. So it is considered with the darkness with the people, or darkness in the people, or the sadness actually in the people, right? Or the sad people. Dreamy, fancies. Fancies means imagination, dreams, right? And dreamy, again, this is actually being transferred. Fancies, the people who have dreams, right? So that is the transferred epithet. Now the last one is onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia is considered with the sound, the sound, right? It is also comes in the imagery as well. Imagery, auditory, right? Auditory means audio, the sound. So whenever anything is being described by the poet or an author as well, with the sound, like a buzz sound. Buzz sound is considered with the bees, right? Lapping sound of waves, lapping of waves, right? This sound is considered with the waves when they are actually lapping, coming again and again on top of each other, right? So this is the sound, and that is known as onomatopoeia. Over here, patter and tinkle. The patting sound, right? The patter sound, and the tinkling, the tinkle sound is actually considered in the onomatopoeia. So all of them are the literary devices in this poem. If there is any confusion or any doubt, then you can write it down in the comment section so that I can help you out with it. All right, now let's move to the question answers. So I will give you a glimpse of the question answers. You can just pause the video and just see the question and the answers, and if you have any doubt regarding it, please let me know. And please subscribe my channel, share it with others, and please like the video as well. Thank you so much.